you know. And then at the age of 5 to the age of 8, I was sexually molested by a paternal uncle on my dad's side. So back in those days, you know, well, I guess in this day and age, if I would never allow my partner's brother to sleep in the same room as my children. But back in those days, and even stemming back to India, it was quite normal, you know. It wasn't thought of that, oh, he's going to do something. And my mum very much viewed him as a son. So he was 18 at the time when he went off to uni, and when he would come back on his breaks, you know, home visits, he would sleep in the same room as me and my sister. But it was around the age of about 19 years old that he started to molest me. My relationship with my uncle was a very loving one. You know, I trusted him, I wasn't fearful of him. So when he started to engage in sexual activity with me, it wasn't like I was frightened of him. He made me feel very loved, he was very gentle with me, and so I didn't really see it as anything wrong, and I was only 5 years old at that time. However, when I was 13 years old, I went to a sex education class at school. By this point, though, I might add that my dad's, this uncle on my dad's side of the family was now married to an aunt on my mum's side of the family, you know, and I still hadn't said anything. But when I was in the sex education class at school when I was 13 years old, and you know the girls in the class and the boys in the class were sniggering, and you know where all the, you know, the reproductive organs and all the bits and pieces and how they go, and here I am thinking to myself, oh my God, I've seen that in real life. Some of these acts that they're doing, I've done, you know, and it played on my mind. I remember coming home that night, and as stupid as it may sound, to the world, I literally remember standing in front of the mirror and thinking to myself, oh my God, has my uncle got me pregnant? Now, of course, the abuse stopped when I was 8 years old, and there was no way that he could have gotten me pregnant. But you know, this sort of realization that actually what went on wasn't quite right. And I remember that night actually running downstairs and telling my mum